Now, I'm going to get into the weeds a little bit, but bear with me. It'll be worth it in the end. I promise you, and you'll understand why. The Missouri Compromise that stopped the expansion of slavery beyond the state of Missouri was repealed by something called the Kansas-Nebraska Act before it was ultimately declared unconstitutional in the Dred Scott Decision. The Kansas-Nebraska Act created 2 new territories, and whether or not to expand slavery in those territories was a hot issue. These territories were created under something called popular sovereignty. That meant that the power to decide whether the territories would enter the Union as a free slave or a slave state was up to the voters of those states or those territories. So guess what happened? Pro-slavery and anti-slavery folks rushed to those territories to vote. This started a bloodbath and became known as Bleeding Kansas. Democrats were mostly pro-slavery at that time, and they thought the Dred Scott Decision was going to finally put the matter of the constitutionality of slavery and the rights of the Negroes to rest. Nope, that didn't happen. Folks were mad, and they stayed mad. The 2 rival political parties at that time were the Whig Party and the Democratic Party, and apparently there was room for a third. The Kansas-Nebraska Act destroyed the Whig Party. It divided the Democratic Party between the liberal Democrats and the Southern Democrats and created this new party called the Republican Party in 1854. Men who were not at all cool about the repeal of the Missouri Compromise and the Dred Scott Decision joined this new Republican Party. One of those men was this tall, skinny, weird-looking lawyer from Illinois. His name was Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln disapproved of the Kansas-Nebraska Act and did not agree with the Dred Scott Decision. He said that while the founding fathers did not believe that all men were equal in every respect, the framers believed that all men were equal, quote, in certain inalienable rights, among which life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, unquote. As the Whig Party became increasingly fractured, Abraham Lincoln became a man without a party. He was a Whig, but not many Whigs were anti-slavery. When he ran for U.S. Senate in Illinois as a Whig, but when it became apparent he was not going to win, he joined a coalition with the anti-slavery Democratic candidate. And his candidate won. Imagine that, country over party.